trust God. 2 single-syllable words that you have heard forever, but you will discover as time passes how difficult they are to obey. Trust God. Of course, I have no way of knowing what the future holds for you. You may lose your home and everything in a fire. You may lose your spouse to an early disease, detected but not cured. You may lose your dreams, your hopes. You may lose a relationship that you have cultivated over the years. All losses are painful, and you will be brought back over and over again to the words of Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight. All your heart, all your ways, trust. Now, we have a problem with this because of several things. First of all, we are to blame self-sufficient. We have learned how to get ourselves out of jams rather than acknowledging the jam has very well been either directed or permitted by our sovereign God to teach us. And by not trusting Him, we short-circuit the test and go our own way, getting ourselves out of our own mess. Trust God. I will never forget standing on the lawn in my pajamas at 2 a.m. that Memorial Day weekend, watching with my family in disbelief as flames gutted our large English tutor to a stone shell. By dawn, everything we possessed was lump or ash. I was 10 years old and was the first to escape the inferno, having sleepwalked, they told me, down the stairs and outside on my own. A fireman saw me shivering in the early morning autumn air and wrapped a blanket around me, while one of his colleagues was gently but urgently coaxing my sister to jump from the second floor window into his arms. The scene was chaotic, lonely and crowded at the same time. For a week or so we lived with friends, and then we bought school clothes, rented a house for 9 months before moving again. I shake my head to think that long before home alarms were standard, all 9 of us awoke from deep sleep and escaped virtually unharmed. Plenty of fire stories end differently, DeMoss adds. One recent Halloween night, my friend Bruce and his wife took their kids through their neighborhood while Bruce's father-in-law stayed behind to pass out candy to trick-or-treaters. Bruce and his family returned to find their home ablaze, too late to save his children's grandfather. Next day, when I walked around Bruce's charred lot, the smell of sodden ashes shot me back 30 years to my own family's tragedy. Good insurance policies can replace bricks and furniture, and families can rebuild, but no policy can replace the loss of life or special possessions. Irreplaceable losses have more to do with family value than market value. Another reason we fail this test is because we're too quick to call on others. We have a lot of very capable friends. As life unfolds and you leave this school and you're involved in your church, your work of ministry, your realm of responsibility, you'll meet other people, many of them much smarter than you are, most of them richer than you are, better connected than you are, and some of them will become good friends, and they will become your crutch. You'll trust them rather than the Lord your God. because they're right there and they have connections. And when you're up against it, they'll get you through it. Another reason we don't trust is because we feel distant from the God of heaven. Don't feel too guilty about that. So did Job, as godly as he was. And yet Job said, in the midst of all of the loss, though he slay me, I will trust in him. Though he take me off this earth, in the process, I will trust him. The fourth reason I would name is that we have cultivated the bad habit of worry. Many of you are much better at worrying than you are at trusting. If you were to put together a worry list, it would outrun your prayer list. And you're worried right now about something. You don't have enough money, so you're worried about that. And you do not trust God. See how practical it is? And if you think you're going to outgrow the problem, take it from this old guy today, you won't ever outgrow it. You'll never conquer worry. It's part of the flesh. You want to, but the only way you will get through it so that you will learn from the test is to trust. To put the worry on hold, to set it aside, deliberately shoving it away and saying, God, at this moment, I rest in you and you alone. To lean on you, to wait on you, to listen to you, to endure the test with you. When you choose to worry, you do not trust. When you try to fix what is impossible, you do not trust. When you hurry ahead and don't wait for the Lord to move and to change, you do not trust. When you lie awake twisting and turning at night, you do not trust. When you turn to others first, you do not trust. When you step in and take charge without praying and being led by the Spirit of God, you do not trust. Think through ways that you can begin to trust God regardless.